Hi again. I'm making this, obviously, the title Polite Protocol, which is a way to say, it can happen on the internet. It should be on the internet as face-to-face. Whatever happened to the old-fashioned polite protocols of thank you, please, pardon me, well wishes, generally, excuse me, stuff like that, or sir, madam, ma'am. It's getting really ridiculous. It's about the bad comments. It's about just people being decent, even if you leave religion or faith out of it. There is still a decent level of protocol, polite social protocol that should be happening, that used to happen. It doesn't mean you're a fake. It means you're a decent person by choice. You choose to be a decent person, which means, or a decent human, which means you use your please and thank yous, you use your polite, you excuse me, pardon me, well, you wish well, you don't wish anybody ill, blessings is great, but even aside from that, there is, even with atheists per se, the ones who don't believe, it doesn't matter, faith aside, there is a certain amount of social protocol that should be there. It used to be the unspoken polite protocol. You didn't have to talk about it because everybody was doing it. Everybody knew, had the decency within, no matter what their beliefs or values or whatever, faith-wise, they did have, most people had, even in arguments, had the politeness about it. Few forgot themselves. Few lost control, self-control, to not have politeness. No matter what the debate was, the debates were done in a polite, respectful way, no matter whose belief. You always, no matter what the other person believed in, their faith, their values, their political values, whatever, you never, ever, nobody ever expressed, not nobody, but very few, expressed their own beliefs and values to another person without being respectful towards that other person's beliefs and values. It was, an unspoken understanding. Nobody had to make rules about it. Nobody had to make laws about it. And today it's gone so whacked out, even the laws that are set so that everybody shows everybody respect, are like having to be written, have had to be written, and even then, people are not going by those guidelines, those laws, to respect other people's space, other people's space, other people's right to their own values and their own, their own set of whatever they believe in, without being bombarded and disrespected, called nasty names, just because of their beliefs. It's really gone ridiculously wrong, atop of everything else, but that is one major cause of all the fights, all the arguments, the negative energy going around, because people are losing self-control, which is very biblical. I shouldn't have to go there. You look it up, it's like self-control. You begin with self-control. If you can be self-controlled and self-love, and I don't mean arrogantly, confident self-love and confident self-control, begins a good attitude to control yourself, respect others. If you don't respect yourself, then you can't respect others. If you don't have self-control, how are you going to control yourself from being mean to others? It's ridiculous. I don't know. I feel sorry in one way for people like that, but then at the same time, I don't feel sorry, because it's called choice. It's called free choice. It's called self-control. And if you let yourself get so drunk and high that you lose that self-control to show respect, then you've got no business drinking, if you can't hold your booze, if you can't, and it's ridiculous to me also, the first sober choice to allow yourself to get so drunk and high that you do stuff you would not normally do. To me, you should be held accountable for making that first choice to be out of control, out of self-control. It's where you hurt people, not just physically, but you hurt people verbally, emotionally, psychologically, mentally. It's all hurtful, and it isn't what goes into your mouth as it is what comes out. And that's somewhere in the Bible. I don't remember the exact quote. I'm not good at remembering exact quote, but I do understand when I read something. I totally understand it. And what comes out of your mouth can destroy. Your spoken word can destroy faster than any sword. It can be sharper than any sword, because it destroys a part of somebody's soul, which is beyond the physical. So what you say, what you do, the example you set is very crucial especially if you claim to be a Christian. Then your behavior has to be an example like Christ-like. Your example has to be so impeccable. You're human. Everybody's human. They make mistakes, but excuse yourself for those mistakes. Don't laugh and make like it's great that you were so nasty to somebody. To me, when you do that, it's like you really aren't sorry. And joking about it isn't really sorry. I try to go out of my way to be nice to people. And I get, and if somebody goes out of their way to be nice to people and they get stepped on, that's not cool. I've always gone out of my way to be, no matter what mood I'm in, to be nice to people, to be respectful no matter what mood I'm feeling. It's like, forget it. It's called self-control. And I'm real. I am for real. But I'm not stupid, and I'm not disrespectful to other people just because I'm in a bad mood. And the ones closest to me are the only ones that get to see those bad moods, and that's the way it should be. And then they allow for it, and they go, okay, now your steam's off, let's talk. But other people that you don't barely know, that you don't know enough for that kind of thing to happen, you're supposed to have enough self-control to go, okay, no matter what I'm feeling, I'm going to be nice. I'm going to be respectful, and I'm going to let off the steam with somebody that knows me and knows me well enough and gets me and won't give up on me just because I'm letting off steam. So that's about it. And and like nasty comments on the internet is not right. It's like a few others I've heard say, I'm letting you into my living room. These people are letting you into our lives. So you have no more right to disrespect them as if they were letting you into their physical, real-life living room or home. You have no right to disrespect that home. Or even when you meet down the street, you have no right to disrespect each other. It's a privilege. Human interaction is not a right. It is a privilege. And so it should be treated that way. So precious. So anyway, yeah, I get really upset. So it's going in the red. So it's something like people really think about it. Faith or not, whatever it is you believe, that is the one thing that will keep humans interacting, is polite protocol. Go back to it, please. Remember the right way to do things. And I pray you find Jesus, but that's your choice again. Look, to my other videos about that. And I really pray you find Jesus, but hey, that's everybody's free choice. I can't force that on anybody any more than anybody can force their beliefs on me, which is something I really hate, is people forcing other people, your belief on other people, and down other people's throats. That's really annoying. It's been done to me, and I know how annoying it is, and I hate it when people do it. So please, be polite. Don't force your beliefs on somebody else.